Yo, this is Soul Drum 86 bringing you another video. So, 2K's banned another creator, Marty M. Um, so I'm making this video. Now, this one will be a quick video. This will be a short video. But I just want to say that franchises when they get to monopolize the market, when they're the only game that's out, eventually they end up destroying themselves. And sometimes it's a slow decline, because you still have a lot of people that buy the games every year, like Madden. Madden is pretty much a dead game. I don't think too many people really care about Madden anymore. A lot of diehard NFL fans buy it because it's the only NFL game that they can play. And then the same thing with NBA 2K. NBA 2K, I've never heard the game so hated any other year other than this year specifically. They've just done so many things to upset users with that game specifically. And I follow guys on YouTube that cover NBA 2K and they talk about this stuff. And I'm seeing more and more videos about the decline of NBA 2K. I don't like NBA 2K anymore. I downloaded it because it's free on the PlayStation Network. If you have I don't know if it's included on all of the tiers of PlayStation Plus, but I have the second to the highest tier of PlayStation Plus, so it was free for me. I don't know if it's free for the regular standard PS Plus membership, but I played it for a little bit, and I haven't played NBA 2K in so long because I stopped playing NBA 2K23 kind of early, so I haven't played really since then. And it's not fun for me anymore. Even with it being free, it's just not a fun game for me anymore. I really do miss the time where we have multiple games out, and even though some of the games didn't hit, it was still nice to have such a wide range of video games out based off of one franchise. Like, for example, like NFL games. I love when it was NFL Fever was out, Madden was out, NFL 2K was out. Like, there was all these NFL games to choose from. You didn't have to just pick one. NBA Live was out. There was that game NBA '09, and I think the title of the game was just NBA. It was that 989 Sports one that was exclusive to PlayStation. That was another thing that was cool, was that every console used to have their own game. Xbox would have their own NFL and NBA game or whatever. PlayStation would have theirs. Then there would be some that would be for both systems or whatever. And I really do miss those days, man. It created a lot of competition. You got something new. Even if there was a specific franchise that you dug more than the other, you could have some years where you went and you bought a different game. I remember getting Kobe Bryant's Courtside for the Nintendo. What was that? Nintendo 64? I think it was for the Nintendo 64. Not the greatest game, but it also wasn't terrible. I remember enjoying Kobe Bryant's Courtside. And, it was just fun to pick up these games every once in a while that were different. It was cool. And we definitely got it with wrestling games. Wrestling games was the same thing. Every console had their exclusive. GameCube, they had their wrestling games. PlayStation had their wrestling games. Xbox had their wrestling games. It was a really fun time. And we start to see this decline, right? You get the community upset. We get hype about the game every year, whatever game, insert any game. This really isn't even just specifically about WWE 2K. This is just about gaming as a whole. And we get excited because it's fun to get excited. Let's be honest, right? It's fun to get excited. I'm not one of those people that hate on people for getting excited. You got a lot of people on YouTube, or just a lot of people in life in general. Oh, they're hyping this up too much. Oh, they're getting too hype. Man, let somebody be happy. Let people be happy. If they getting excited about an experience, they're getting excited about an experience, man. It is what it is. They have every right to get excited about an experience. Whether you're let down or not, it's always going to be a situation of time will tell. I'm excited about the Wrestling Code. That game could be a hit or it could be a miss, but we just don't know yet. They're so far from being done with that game? We just don't know. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful for the game. Ultra Pro Wrestling sounds like a #1 game, and I can't wait. I really cannot wait for that game. I think that game has the potential of being the saving grace of us having a fantastic wrestling experience. Whether it's through the creation suite that they have that they talked about, and actually I think there's a video where they talk about it. All the legends that they have that are going to be available as DLC. So it's going to have a game where it's a mix between original characters and actual known wrestlers. And some wrestlers that are available are still wrestling today, like Matt Cardona and a few others. So it's, I don't know, man. I'm not, this isn't me trying to bring the mood down. This is me being more relaxed than the last video, because I was a little heated the last video. And this is just me being relaxed and just voicing my feelings. My overall feelings is, listen, guys, we got 2 more wrestling games right now coming out, in the next couple years. So 2K is not the end all be all. I know a lot of us might watch wrestling on a weekly basis. A lot of us might check out YouTube clips to just keep ourselves in the know of what's going on in wrestling now. And I understand the appeal of wanting to use a Cody Rhodes, of wanting to use the arenas that you see on TV, on the premium live event shows, on the weekly shows. I understand the appeal to go to Play Now, right? And go through all of these arenas and pick one, and you want to play with the most current. I understand the appeal. I really do, because I'm the same way. Right? Like it's hard to play a basketball game without playing with the NBA teams. It's hard to play an NFL or a football game without the NFL, especially if you're a fan. But I will say this, with Ultra Pro Wrestling and Wrestling Code Wrestling Code has all real wrestlers. They even got indie guys. They got Grim Toy Show. I mentioned that before. Grim is in that game. They got YouTubers in that game. But the whole roster in Wrestling Code is all legit wrestlers that have been a part of the business and that are still wrestling today. Another game that Matt Cardona is in, just for an example. Ty Conti, AEW wrestler, is in it. They got people who are active in either WWE, I believe, and in AEW that are going to be in the Wrestling Code. We get King Kong Bundy back in the game. Been years since we've had King Kong Bundy. It's been since 2K14, THQ's 2K14. That was the last time, the 30 years of WrestleMania, that was the last time we saw King Kong Bundy in a game, and he's finally going to be back in a video game. So, look, man, all hope is not lost, because right now, 2K is on a hell of a tear. I don't know who they're going to ban next. There's a lot of people who create on 2K that are, I just saw a video where they're talking about they're not going to create for 2K anymore. And I understand it. I do. I understand it. And it sucks for us, but at the same time, that is a community. You band together in a community. You band together. When you see something happen and that it doesn't sit right with you. It doesn't sit right with you. You stick up for your fellow people, right? You stick up for your fellow people. That's what community is. You stick together. You fight for each other. So this is one of those things, man. Again, I'm going to keep putting up as much content as I possibly can. At this point, with all of the people that I've had to delete, depending on who stops uploading or somebody might decide to take down their own stuff. So I hope that, in the future, once the DLC starts coming out, I can re-download people who I've had to delete because, the limitations. You can't keep everybody, and there's always new people. That it keeps the game fun and fresh. As much as I don't like deleting arenas, as much as I don't like deleting wrestlers, you have to, or you run out of space. But a lot of people are going to take their stuff down, or they're not going to continue to create. There's already been a lack of community creators this year than in previous years before. In 2K23, I still can't find a lot of the people that I downloaded from. I've only been able to find Pete the Pete and like a couple others like Jenna, Pete the Pete. And then there's I forgot his name, but he made the MJF that I showed in my last video. I'm blanking on his name. There's still some, like Iconic Cause is still around, but what's to say? Like, I don't know what 2K is looking at what they're doing to ban people. I don't know what's going on. So, I love my old school wrestling, so I'm always mostly play with that stuff, but I still want to play with the current wrestlers too. I don't just get this game solely for the old school, even though that's the majority of the reason. That's why I was so happy about the characters that are going to be available through the season pass. So, I mean, it is what it is, guys. I'm going to continue to bring the content, right? Like I'm going to continue to bring it. It is what it is. I got a lot of stuff to upload. I got a lot of stuff that I recorded so I can just have it ready. Editing, it took hours for it. It really did. It took hours for that stuff, man. It took hours for to edit these videos, but like I got them done. And right now I'm just at a spot where I'm just kind of like I'm waiting to see what's going on, like what's gonna be next, what are they gonna do, what's the next move. I'm not a My Faction guy. I will never be a My Faction guy. I hate the fact that as soon as the game turns on, you got to be careful because you can click into it and it takes forever to be out of it. I hate that it's a mode that you can't just select quit and get out of it. You have to like do some stuff first. Sometimes I just restart the game. I think that's bogus to add a mode that does that. It's crazy because this was the most that I've ever been positive about a 2K game, and then they turn around and do this. Like, I feel like, I feel stupid. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, and again, I will say this, the fun that I was having was with community creations. It's not like it was like this brand new experience. Don't get me wrong. I appreciate the new modes. I love special guest referee and the casket match. Ambulance match, not so much. The gauntlet match is cool. I appreciate the ambulance match, but yeah, my fun and a lot of people's fun comes from community creations. They still haven't updated and given us the WrestleMania 40 arena, but you got some awesome creators that have done it in community creations, and that's what's dope about about the 2K community is the stuff that they do for us. And 2K is taking them away. I don't think they realize you do this with community creations. You're playing a dangerous game. I said it in my last video. You're playing a very dangerous game, 2K. You do not want to alienate the people that you have right now because you're not fixing universe mode. There's a lot of things that you're not doing. You're expecting people. I imagine they're expecting people to wait until May 15th. I think that's when the first DLC hits. I think they're making people wait for that to be the day that they do the big patch update. I think they maybe do it like the night before the release of the DLC. But they're playing a dangerous game. I'm telling you right now, 2K devs, don't look at wrestling code like they're nothing. Please don't. The one thing that you don't want to do is underestimate these new games coming out. Please don't do that. Please don't underestimate Ultra Pro Wrestling with what they got planned in store for us with that game. Please don't. Please don't. Just go to their website and read about the stuff that's going to be in that game. Please do not underestimate them. I'm begging you not to underestimate them. Because it has the potential to make it to where The only thing that 2K will have left is the fact that it is a WWE branded game, and that's it. That's going to be the only driving force of that game. Mark my words. That's going to be the only driving force unless they make some changes. They got to pivot. If they don't pivot and they hammer home on this stuff, I'm saying right now, if Ultra Pro Wrestling is a hit and Wrestling Code, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. Because at the end of the day, people just want to play a fun wrestling game. Hardcore WWE fans was ready for AEW to be good. But that game just released too bare bones. But that's all I got to say, man. I just wanted to say this. I just wanted to make this video to say this, man. Next upload, it will be back to your regularly scheduled programming. Thank you for watching, man. This is your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.